People who go through trauma or something difficult and end up kinder and softer are my favorite kind of people. Believe it or not, they're also one of the strongest people out there. You're telling me that someone did you wrong, and since you now understand how hurt it made you feel and how horrible of a feeling that is, you're trying to be better and more cautious about not doing that to someone else? Despite the fact that you're hurting yourself, you would still try to make the world a better place, even if no one did that for you. That's real strength, in my opinion. Acknowledging that the world is already filled with bullies and people who hurt others or push them down, putting your own hurt aside, looking at other people with soft eyes, and reaching out to them with bruised but tender hands is real strength. There's a word for this actually. It's called post traumatic growth. PTG tells us that some people, not all, who have been through traumatic experiences end up being more empathetic. The reason why this happens is because trauma can increase your awareness of your ability to feel your emotions, your awareness of the world around you, and your emotional responses. This means that a person who has experienced a traumatic event will be more likely to recognize, understand, and react appropriately towards others who are in a similar state. Imagine this: someone does you wrong, hurts you deeply, and instead of becoming bitter or vengeful, you decide, you know what? I'm going to be better than that. I'm going to be cautious not to hurt anyone else like that. That's some superhero level strength right there. It's like saying, hey world, I know it's rough out here, but I'm going to add a little more kindness and empathy to the mix. And you really hit the nail on the head when you talk about people who have had rough experiences with their parents but still choose to break that cycle of generational trauma. It's like they're saying, I refuse to let this hurt define me or continue in my family. I'm going to heal and I'm going to change the toxic patterns. That takes guts, resilience, and an unshakable determination. The strength and resilience displayed by people who have experienced trauma and yet choose to respond with kindness and compassion is truly awe inspiring. Despite having been through pain themselves, they have a first hand understanding of the impact that their actions and words can have on others. They are well aware of the weight of hurt and the depths of despair. But rather than allowing this pain to harden their hearts or create a cycle of harm, they make a decision to break free from that pattern. They recognize the importance of breaking the chains of hurt, and in doing so, they strive to create a world that is kinder, gentler, and more understanding. What's even more remarkable about these people is the fact that it takes tremendous courage to look beyond one's own wounds and extend a hand to others. These remarkable people have empathetic skills that go beyond their own experiences. They understand that healing is a collective journey rather than something they can do alone. They realize that by uplifting others, they too can find solace and restoration. The reason that I'm talking about this is that today's world is often filled with people who are talking about striving for dominance and showcasing strength as something physical and macho. In this narrative, people who are kind, empathetic, or soft often lose sight of their value and feel like they also need to fit in the same box if they want to survive the world and show their strength so that people don't take them lightly. But what often gets lost in all this noise is the incredible strength it takes to be kind, empathetic, and emotionally resilient, especially when you're facing difficulty. The strength to heal, change toxic behaviors, and break cycles of trauma is nothing short of heroic. It's like a quiet inner strength that doesn't always make the headlines, but it's there, making the world a better place, one small compassionate act at a time. It's a reminder to us that true strength isn't about overpowering others, it's about empowering ourselves and those around us. It's about standing up against cruelty and injustice, not with physical force, but with the strength of character and the conviction to do what's right. It's about having the courage to be vulnerable, to admit when we have been hurt, and to choose love and kindness in the face of pain. I will forever continue to celebrate, cherish, and be inspired by these incredible souls, these unsung heroes, the ones who remind us that strength just isn't about what you can do physically, but about the depth of character and the capacity for empathy that you carry within. They're the ones who show us that real strength is about making the world kinder, one bruised but tender hand at a time. Please don't use this video or my words as criticism of your coping mechanisms. Everyone copes differently, and I would never want to invalidate your experience. The key is to find healthy and effective coping strategies that work for you as an individual. There is no one size fits all approach to coping, and it's perfectly okay to explore and discover what helps you navigate life's ups and downs in a way that feels right to you. You do you, always. Sending love and serenity your way. Bye bye.